In this video, we are going to learn how you can automatically capture leads and create contacts in Mautic. So the idea here is that you have created a form using your Google Forms. Now you want that whenever that form is filled and you receive the responses, using the details of the form submission, automatically a new contact should get created into your Mautic account. For that, you need to integrate Google Forms with Mautic. So here your trigger application would be Google Forms and your action application would be Mautic. So how you can integrate both these software applications using Pabbly Connect? For that, you need to come to my screen. Welcome to my screen. Here let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Now, if you're a new user, you have to just click on sign up for free button and you can create your own account in just 2 minutes. And you're going to get free task every month. If you're already a user of Pabbly Connect, simply click on sign in. In the All Apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on Access Now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on Create Workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as Google Forms to Mautic Integration. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on Create. Now we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this particular use case, we want that whenever a Google form is submitted, automatically using the details of the form submission, a new contact should get created into your Mautic account. For that, first we need to integrate Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So open this trigger window and here choose the application name as Google Forms. Select the trigger event as new response received. Now here we can see a webhook URL and some instructions. So by following these instructions, you can set up the webhook in your Google Forms. So let us read the few of the instructions over here. Google Form responses are collected in Google Sheets. So follow the below steps in order to get the new response. Go to the form on which you want to take this submission and make the last question as required for the trigger. So I'll just take you to my Google Form account where I have already created a form, that is Pabbly Integration Request Form. And as it was mentioned in the instruction, we have to make the last question as required for the trigger over here. Okay. So in this particular form, I have taken the fields for the first name, last name, email address and phone number of the customer along with the requirement. Okay. So this is my Pabbly Integration Request Form. So whenever this form will be filled, automatically the details will be captured in Pabbly Connect. For that, we need to integrate this form with Pabbly Connect. Okay. Now let's move to the responses tab and here you can see I don't have any response over here. So first we are going to capture a response. It means we are going to fill up the form on the name of a customer. So let's click on this I button and here we are going to fill up the form. Let's give the first name as demo, last name as name itself, email address as demo@pabblytudes.com. Let's add the phone number. So I'm just going to add a random mobile number over here. And give the requirement as need integration between Google Sheets and WhatsApp. Okay, so I'm just adding a random requirement over here. And now let's click on Submit. So the form has been filled. Now let's move to the form once again and here we can see that in the responses tab we have got one response. Now as the Google form responses are collected in Google Sheets, we have to just link the Google Sheet over here. So click on this 3 dots and click on Select Response Destination. Now here it is asking us to create a new spreadsheet or you want to select the existing spreadsheet. So I'm just going to create a new spreadsheet and the spreadsheet name would be Pabbly Integration Request Form Responses. If you want to change the name, you can just change it over here. And let's click on Create. Linking to spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is linked. Okay. Now to access the spreadsheet, we are just going to click on this green sign, View Responses in Sheets. And here we can see the responses captured in the Google Sheet. Timestamp. Here we can find the first name as demo, last name as name, email address as demo@pabblytudes.com. Here we can find the phone number and the requirement of the customer. Okay. So now we are going to integrate this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. For that, come to the extensions, click on add-ons and click on get add-ons. it will take us to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now you have to install Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system. As you can see that it is already installed on my system, I'm just going to close this window. And remember, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks on your system, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat, you have to refresh your Google Sheet. Now come to extensions once again, and this time we have to move to Pabbly Connect Webhooks option and click on Initial Setup. Now here it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So here we have to paste the webhook URL that we have seen in Pabbly Connect. So let's move to Pabbly Connect. From here I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and I'll be pasting the same over here. And now it is asking for the trigger column. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here you can see that I have the data from column A till column F. So I want the data to be captured till column F. So my trigger column will be column F over here. Say if you have the data till column H and you want the data to be captured till column H, then your trigger column will be column H over here. Okay. Now let's click on Send Test. Test data sent successfully, and now let's click on Submit. Setup configured successfully. Okay, now let's close this window. Again, we have to come to Extensions, come to Pabbly Connect Webhooks and click on Send on Event. So why we are selecting this option? Just because next time whenever the form will be filled, automatically the details will be captured in this Google Sheet and then automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. We don't have to link the data again and again. So make sure you have a tick mark on the Send on Event option over here. Okay. Now let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and when we scroll down here, we can see the responses received and all the details of the customer are captured over here. First name, last name, email address, phone number and the requirement. Along with that, the spreadsheet name, sheet ID, sheet name and other details are also captured. So now we want that using these details, automatically a new contact should get added to your Mautic account. So scroll down, come to this Actions tab and here choose the application name as Mautic. Select the action event as Create or Update Contact. Click on Connect. Click on Add New Connection. And now it is asking for the Mautic username, Mautic password and the base URL. So here you have to enter your Mautic username and password. And for the base URL, the instruction is mentioned. Enter the root URL of your Mautic installation. URL of the website needs to be entered. Under Settings, move to Configuration. Avoid / at the end of the base URL. So I'll just take you to my Mautic account. So this is my Mautic dashboard. Here we have to just click on this Settings tab. Okay, over here on the right hand side corner, we have to just click on Settings. And here we have to just click on Configuration. And here we can find the site URL. So you have to just copy this site URL from here and you have to just paste it over here to create a connection as a base URL. And remember, you don't have to enter the / at the end. Okay. And here another instruction is also mentioned. Activate the API activated and active HTTP basic permissions in API settings under Settings Configuration. So let's move to the configuration once again. And here on the left hand side, we can find API settings. Click on it. And you have to simply enable the API as well as enable HTTP basic auth. Make it yes over here. Click on Apply and click on Save and Close. Okay. Now again, let's move back to Pabbly Connect. So I have already created a connection over here. I'll be just choosing my existing connection. Okay. But remember, after entering the username, password and the base URL, you have to just click on Save to create a connection over here. Okay. And now the Mautic account is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now here it is asking for the first name, last name and other details of the contact that needs to be created. So we have already got all these details from our trigger response over here. So we will be mapping this data now. Let's scroll down. For mapping, simply click it over here. Come to Google Form Response. Okay, and from here, select the first name. In the same way, we'll be mapping the last name. Here we don't have the company name and position details, so I'm just leaving this field as blank. If you're having these details, fill it over here. Here we have to give the email address. Here we have to give the mobile number. Okay, and we have already entered first name, last name, email address and the phone number. So we are having all the 4 details. So I'm just leaving the other fields as blank. We are not having the address details and other details. So let's scroll down and click on Save and Send Test Request over here. Okay, and here we can see the response is received. It means a new contact is added over here in our Mautic account. Let's check it. We have to move to the contact section. And here we can see a new contact created named demo name. Here we can find the email address. So in this way, we can see that our integration is working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay. Now, as we have set up an automation, this is a one-time process. Next time, whenever the form will be filled and the details are captured in Pabbly Connect, automatically a new contact will get created into your Mautic account. So let us check this in the real time that whether our integration is actually working fine or not. For that, I'll just move to my Google form once again. And here I'll be just entering the response from some other customer. Let's give the first name as dummy customer, last name as customer, email address as dummy@pabblytuts.com. Let's enter the phone number. And here I'll be entering the requirement as need integration for MS Excel and GitHub. Okay, I'm just adding a random requirement over here. And let's click on submit. So the form has been filled. Now let us check our Mautic account. We have to just refresh it. Okay, and here we can see a new contact created, name as dummy customer, and here we can find the email address of the customer. So in this way, we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. Okay, I'll just minimize the trigger window also. So first we have created an integration between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect so that whenever the form is filled, automatically the form submission details are captured in Pabbly Connect. And then using the details of the form submission, we have created a new contact in our Mautic account. And in this way, we have learned that how we can create an integration between Google Forms and Mautic using Pabbly Connect. Thank you.
So not just these software applications, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business using Pabbly Connect. In case of any queries, you can visit our Pabbly forum. To check the pricing details of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this particular URL. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect and this workflow is available in the description box. You can clone the same workflow into your account directly. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.